This is awareness. This is consciousness. I'm developing a conscious interaction between me and my life plan, my life development. My viewpoint of goals, the only way you don't achieve them is two things. One is if you die. So if you die, you're given a free pass.
Sure. Generous.
Yeah, very kind of me. And the second one, and this sounds like a cop-out, but I promise you it's not, is if you change your mind. Because what I'm not looking for is some kind of indomitable spirit. This is not Conan the Barbarian type stuff. This is awareness. This is consciousness. I'm developing a conscious interaction between me and my life plan, my life development, my flight plan, if you think of it in avionics terms, right? So when a pilot sets his flight plan and says, I'm going from Austin to New York, he doesn't just get in the plane and blast straight to New York. What if there's a storm? If there's a storm and he's like, no, gosh darn it, no matter what, I'm going on this path. He flies through lightning, the plane blows up, everybody dies. What does he do when there's a storm? He flies around the storm. Except for the one Diego and I went through one time. We flew right through a storm. That was another story. But going back to, like, goals are to be adjusted and lived. They're like a contract with yourself. Let's say you said, once I said I was going to run a marathon. I ran 12 miles twice and my body felt so bad. I was like, this isn't for me. I had another data point where I talked to a guy that ran all the time and I'm like, you must be in the best shape of your life. And he said, actually, I've got no cartilage in my ankles, no cartilage in my knees. And I'm like, why am I running again? Someone remind me. And so I did a little research, and if you research it, like 3 to 5 miles is great. But once you start getting in a long distance, some people don't turn out so good from that. Some do fine, but others don't. So I just took that off my goal. So that's an example. Here's another example. This year I wanted to go play Royal Dornoch, which is a golf course in Scotland, one of the top 3.
Gotcha.
Guess what? I'm not going to Royal Dornoch. Can't even get into Scotland right now. Can't even get on an airplane. So I took that off. So the point is, changing your mind means you don't set a goal and then suddenly it's December 31st and you haven't done it and you haven't even thought about it. Changing your mind is, I come to my quarter and I'm like, gosh, that doesn't fit with my purpose anymore. I'm taking it out. Because what I'm trying to do is teach my subconscious, Jamie, to take me seriously. What I'm trying to do is teach my being that when David Osborne, the consciousness that I sometimes am, chooses something, I'm going to get it. Or I'm going to take it off my list because something doesn't fit anymore. But what I'm not going to do is come to the end of the year and have that icky feeling of, oh yeah, there's the 50 things I said I was going to do and I did 5 of them, or none of them, or the New Year's resolution where people don't. Because when you don't do what you say you're going to do, you're really just teaching yourself that your word doesn't matter. True. And I've spent a lot of energy aligning my word with my outcomes. So I know that when I say something, it's very likely to occur, 85 to 90.